How to build a dog run. A dog run is long, narrow fenced-in area for dogs. It is a great way to let your dog spend time outside and get their exercise while keeping them out of, and away from, trouble. Building a dog run can be a fun family project and your pet will love you for your efforts. If you have a yard and a pet, a well-constructed dog run can be a great addition to your property. Part 1. Planning your dog run. 1. Find the area of your property to build the dog run. Most people prefer to build the dog run in their backyards as it provides an environment where a dog is less likely to be disturbed by traffic. The dog run should be constructed in an area you can easily see and monitor from inside your home. Areas should be well shaded to keep your pet cool in the summer months. Make sure there are no poisonous plants. If you have an outside water tap, consider placing your dog run around it or nearby so you can easily get water for your pet. 2. Consider the size of your pet. While a dog run doesn't have to be very big, you may need a less or more depending on the size of your pet. At a minimum, a dog run should be at least 4 feet by 8 feet. This will allow most dogs to move a little and get a little exercise. Ideally, longer cages give your dog a chance to run back and forth, hence the name dog run. Dog runs can be long or square. Choose a shape based on what works best with your yard. If you have a doghouse you want to incorporate inside the dog run, you should figure the size of it in your planning as well. 3. Clear the area. Put stakes in the ground and run a line around the area for your dog run. Use a garden tiller or rake to remove the grass and loosen the dirt on ground. Excavate the pad to a depth of up to 6 inches. In most cases 3-4 inches is adequate, go for 6 if you plan to pour concrete. You may choose to leave grass in half of the run and excavate the other half and train your dog to use that area. Before digging, be sure to check for any utility lines that might be in the way. If you aren't sure where the lines are located, contact your local providers and they can come out and mark them off for you. 4. Dig holes for the fence posts. Use a hole digger to dig a hole 1 to 2 feet deep. It should be twice as wide as the post that you will be using for your fence. Start at the corners and make posts at even distances along the sides. Leave several inches of space between the hole that was dug out for the floor and the fence post holes. Part 2. Laying the floor. 1. Select the material for the flooring. Constructing the flooring is crucial to creating a good dog run. You can use inexpensive materials like mulch or gravel. However, if your dog likes digging, you might need a different idea. Concrete is often used, but care must be taken to create an adequate solution for draining. Flooring systems are interlocking panels or grids that are raised off the ground. They allow a nice surface for pets to walk on, but still provide adequate drainage. You can even cover the floor with artificial grass. 2. Fill the dugout area if doing a mulch or gravel dog run. Use a rake or shovel to evenly spread the material. Keep adding until it comes about 2 inches above the ground. Use boards or small plastic landscaping borders to keep the material in the desired area. While this is one of the more affordable flooring solutions for your dog run, eventually the material will need to be dug up and replaced. Even if you clean the area regularly, replacing the flooring will be the only way to avoid buildup of odors and bacteria. 3. Pour a concrete base. To construct a concrete base, first spray the dugout area with water. This will prevent your concrete from drying out too much while pouring. Build a form around the desired shape of the concrete pad using 2 by 6 boards. Mix the concrete in a large wheelbarrow according to the directions. Then, prepare a bed of 3 inches of medium gravel. Finally, pour 3 inches of concrete into the form. Use a board to smooth over the surface so the concrete wait at least 48 hours for the concrete to become completely solid. In cold climates, add reinforcing fiberglass mesh to prevent the concrete from cracking. Finish the surface so it is medium smooth. Excessively rough surface can irritate your pet's paws. Make sure the concrete drains properly, ideally not into the doorway. If you feel like pouring the concrete might be too much for you, it might be best to hire a professional. Part 3: Fencing the Run. 1. Select the material for your fence. While chain link is probably the most popular choice for fencing a dog run, it doesn't look great and that can impact the value of your property. You can also consider using wooden posts and cattle fencing to create a more attractive area for your pet. Chain link fences can be ordered or painted in many different colors. Consider a black or green fence if you want it to be less noticeable in your yard. 2. Determine the height for your fence. The height should be 3 to 8 feet, depending upon the breed, size, and temperament of the dog. If your dog is a digger, you may even want your fence to begin below ground. Find out if your town or homeowners association has any laws or codes regarding the height of fences for private residences. Make sure any of your plans meet their guidelines. 3. Insert support posts into holes and pour concrete around them. Have someone hold the post so that it is centered in the hole. Use a level to check that the post is straight and adjust it if necessary before it dries. Allow a day or two for the concrete to dry before proceeding. If you don't have someone to hold the post, use cable or rope to tie the post to 2 stakes in the ground to keep it steady. 4. Attach the fencing to the posts. If you have manufacturer instructions for attaching your particular fencing, refer to that first. To attach chain link fencing, begin at one corner and attach the top and bottom of the fencing to the post. Use pliers to bend the metal fence ties, then attach them to the fence post and a link in the fence. Stretch the fencing to the next post. It is important to get the fence as tight as possible will not bend or become loose in the middle. Attach the fence and continue until fence is complete. To attach cattle fencing, start by making a rectangular wooden frame for each side of the fencing. Place the fencing between the wooden frames, then nail the frames together. Attach the whole piece to a support post at either end. 5. Attach the door or gate. You can purchase a regular gate for a chain link fence, or get a smaller gate that is just big enough for your dog to go in and out. Pay close attention to the latch system you select. Be sure your dog isn't going to figure out how to open the gate. Part 4: Adding amenities. 1. Use a tarp to provide shade. While you can build a roof over your dog run, it adds a lot of work and cost to your project. Use a tarp instead to give your dog some shade. You always have the added option of removing them to let your dog soak up some sun. Get 1 or 2 tarps that are big enough to go across the run. Fasten the tarps to the top of the fences using cable ties. 2. Get an automatic water bowl. You can purchase water bowls that hook up to your hose and will instantly refill when the water level gets low. It is important to provide ample water to pets at all times, so this is a great way to be sure they will never get thirsty. You can even get bowls with built-in heating, so your pet won't have frozen water during the winter months. 3. Add additional security where needed to keep your pet safe from predators. In mountain lion and bear country, the dog run should have a secure top. In areas where venomous snakes may be present, a bottom course of 1/2 inch, 1.3 centimeters, wire cloth may be added.